And welcome back to the PGL Major Offline Qualifier. Day number 4 of 4. We are at the very business end of the day as well. We've had 5 of our teams make it through to the Major to join the 8 legends. 13 in all, 16 required, 3 more needed from the next 3 matches. So every match counts from now on. All of the rest of the teams now, the last 6, have all gone 2 and 2. We've got our members back on the panel. We're going to head into our first matchup in just a moment. It's HellRaisers versus Immortals. I just want to get some thoughts from you both, because it's kind of fresh still. Raw on the 3 matchups that we have: HellRaisers, Immortals, Dignitas, Vega, and Liquid versus Flipside.
I mean, it is luck of the draw kind of a thing, right? At this point in time, you could argue Dignitas and Vega are probably teams that were not favored to go through, but so it happens they're going to be playing one another, and they're going to be one of them's going to be at the major.
Yeah, I mean that's the trouble when teams slip up, Jason, isn't it? That if they end up in this area, then sometimes the luck of the draw is not going to fall in their way, and Flipside and Liquid will probably feel hard done by here.
Yeah, and it's also one of the criticisms of the Swiss system, right? Just because there is that random nature to it. But I mean, just starting off on the match we're going to talk about soon, Immortals, HellRaisers. Immortals have struggled at so many major qualifiers and have failed so many times. But if you can't qualify over HellRaisers, I mean, you don't really have any excuses left, do you? I mean, it's just
particularly in the form that they've been in at this tournament as well. And we'll start with HellRaisers in this particular matchup because if any team epitomises the up and down nature of the last 4 days, it's these boys, right? They were really good earlier today, dreadful yesterday, and dreadful on day 2, but all right on day 1. So they've had a roller coaster.
Yeah, and the big picture as well. I mean, in May at Tours, runner-up, they were really good, playing well there, and then a bit absent afterwards, probably preparing for this, to be honest with you. And then coming into it, they were feeling hot. They were saying it in the interviews, and practice was going great. Obviously that doesn't always translate. We've seen that in the past. And then just the way they were losing those 2 games, 38 rounds, 6 rounds, 1 out of 38. Doesn't really bode well, does it? And a lot of it, again, was due to the fact that they had a lot of struggles playing as an aggressive team. So they're going to be facing another relatively freestyle kind of team
relatively aggressive
how
team.
Does that work out?
Probably the most aggressive team we've got here as well, which is interesting in itself. The bright spots of HellRaisers, though, they have looked better today. So you've been in this position before. You've had multiple day tournaments. And it does happen, doesn't it? You can come in, first day you feel really hot and everything goes completely wrong. Second day you come in, you feel really worried, and suddenly everything clicks. Yeah, and it's especially, I mean, it's a lot of different things. Sometimes it's just the way the setup feels. Sometimes it's just, you get this weird feeling that the chair's not at the right height or the computer's not set up properly. But definitely it varies, and you have to play through that. And just to harp on something I've talked about for a long time, it's one of the benefits of being a more tactical team that you always have that constant of knowing everything that's going on within the squad, what everyone's doing. That you can find comfort in that, and to help you maybe get over a bad start or a bad feeling about things. But certainly this is no kind of a day to wake up and say, today's not my day for Counter-Strike. I mean, this is no matter what happens, no matter how bad maybe the first game went. And it should be said it went well for HellRaisers. They haven't had the bright spots on the player list. We were looking through that throughout the day and through yesterday. Bondic, the only one that stands out as having a reasonable tournament. Yeah, the birthday boy. What he wouldn't give for another birthday present right now.
The other half of the cake, right? No, I mean, that's for sure. Players like Dead Fox, Steeko, Zero, those are the type of guys you're looking at. And Angel as well. He had a better game today. Sure, but in the picture, still, if you think about the way this team plays, especially on the CT side, he's the catalyst. He's the kind of guy who's going to make a lot of bold moves, just going through smokes and getting boosted to very aggressive positions. Like on Cash, he's going to be the one boosted in the counter boost a lot of the times, and just making very uncommon plays that don't necessarily make sense, but it's very borderline always when it comes to Genius and that insanity factor, and he is the master of that craft.
And on the other flip side of this, not flip side now because they're not playing right now, but I had to get one of those puns into that at some point, didn't I? Oh, dad joke, sorry about that. On the other side of things, we've got a man who really was in form earlier on today, which was Henny. Literally dragged his team back from the brink of disaster in that second half, looking for another big performance here. Yeah, looking for it. You don't often get it, so obviously they're going to want that. But I mean, you also got to look at some of the guys who have proven to be more consistent. I mean, Steel had a really good game earlier in terms of impact, but Bolts is a guy that they've relied on in the past, and
as delivered. So you're going to need a supporting cast, especially as we saw in the combo game. The reason they're in it is because they had enough of their role players stepping up during a time when guys like Boltz and Henny were a little bit quiet and KNG was a little bit quiet, and they allowed them to stay in the game for those guys to kind of click back into things. So, and you know, a comeback from 3 to 12 at halftime, those kinds of comebacks, especially in this environment, this situation with these stakes, they don't happen frequently. You cannot rely on that, and that's the big thing. That's why I asked that question to Steel afterwards, is like, are you trying to find this middle ground of emotion so you don't just get devastated when things aren't going well? Because you even said our communication shuts down when we're playing poorly, and you can't have that because you cannot rely on making those comebacks that frequently. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But if you want to stay positive for them at the same time, you know, that kind of a comeback can also open the floodgates of positivity for them. And then just being able to play off each other while trading kills effectively, and then individuals firing on all cylinders on top of that. So that may as well work in their favor in this game.
I wanted to ask both of you about that, because there was a tweet by Tommy Lopez who said, if you can just kind of garner that, you know, rein it back in a little bit, that kind of shelty stuff mid-game, maybe that would make you better. But I want to ask you whether you feel that's right or not, because in some ways I feel like they're the kind of team who are, they're better when they're louder. They're better when they're more emotional somehow.
Finish people and their emotions, though.
Have you ever seen the videos when we played with Tommy?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I didn't.
I remember Tommy very loud.
Were you really?
Very loud.
They didn't even use Ventrilo back in the day because they were so loud.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if they were communicating properly, but they never did any wrong.
We all enjoyed those tournaments.
Yeah, no, I think still, though, you're better off finding a middle ground, because if you let's say you have a bad start, everyone's kind of quiet, you know, then it affects communication as well. So it's definitely something that you need to be working on, but it's easier said than done because people are emotional, especially like
they're
Phil was saying. Exactly.
It's a nature, it's a thing that they do, isn't it?
You can't do that, because if you look at SK, they do not have the same like emotional roller coaster. The whole team isn't going crazy. They have a couple guys who will do something in the confines of their own chair. They're not looking at each other, button heads screaming.
But then they'll have personalities probably that can, you know, keep the reins, make sure the team's on the right track at the same time. Does Immortals have that? Probably not.
Yeah, no.
As it appears.
You know, it didn't sound like it from Steel, because you imagine, I mean, especially as the end game leader, he's the one who'd want to rein that in more than anyone probably. But he
seems to be egging them on, actually.
Well, he just seems to be like riding with it, right? Like he doesn't want to shut it down because it does benefit them at times, and he doesn't quite know how to enforce it to like to put it in like a more positive, like the way that Tommy wants it. He seems like he doesn't really know, or maybe even want to do that to a degree.
How do you feel about the whole? Does it affect the other team? Should they be punished? Should they be warned about being too loud?
Oh, grow up.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them be loud, let them say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as it's, you know, within, let's not go crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
Let's not get edgy.
Our family members.
I thought we were still on the train of like missing some of that, you know, because we do miss some of that. We don't get quite as much as that anymore.
We love that.
It appears that everyone's forgotten about the past. It's like 10 years ago, it doesn't exist anymore. Does anyone remember what happened to CPLs?
Esports started in 2011.
WSVGs, you know, all those
Some of the CPLs went a bit far, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean,
don't need the stories, but no, I mean, there's some legendary stories when it comes to that kind of stuff we go on for days for, which would not be allowed in today's game. But certainly you want more of that. I've always said I wanted to have a tournament where the teams play like face to face.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
I'm totally on board with that.
That'd be sick.
Yep, sign me up for the fan club. I'm totally on board with that one. How are you expecting this match to evolve in the way that they go head-to-head against it? We know what Immortals are going to do. We know what HellRaisers have done in the past, but are they the ones that change their attack or defense based on how they feel like Immortals are going to play?
Now, again, it comes to the fact how depends on Immortals and how their approach to city sides, depending on the map, obviously, and how aggressively, once again, they play, whether or not HellRaisers will pick up their pace and just play a little bit faster, you know, whatever the map may be, take mid control faster, just straight up hit on bomb sites. They used to be a very, very straight up team. You know, they used to actually excel on basically hitting bomb sites without any map control before that happening. So they have a lot of variety in the way of they play nowadays. So that gives them options depending on how their opposition plays.
You definitely hope that HellRaisers is going to have like some plan in the back pocket for when the double op setup comes out, because it is going to come out with this team.
Yeah,
like definitely Henny and KNG. Yeah, and they even use it on the T side, which you don't often see. So if you're HellRaisers, that has to be like priority. Like priority one probably is just say when this double op comes out, this is how we're going to attack it. This is, and it has to be on both sides of the map. So that's the big thing I would be worrying about as HellRaisers first off.
Okay, let's move on and hear from both coaches now who are with Pala.
Thanks very much, Paul. I'm stood here with Zach and John to guys. Last chance saloon, 2 for 2. What is the difference in the mindset now compared to the start of the tournament?
Now we are going to be a bit more different from because we started pretty badly in this tournament. I'm not counting that first match against Vega, later. So we are angry on ourselves, and we want to win really badly.
Now it's do or die, so there's no space for mistakes, and we did a lot this tournament, unfortunately. I was not expecting that we would perform the way we did, but I guess after that huge comeback we did against Godsend, maybe their confidence is way higher, and I think it's going to be pretty well.
At this point in the competition where everything is on the line and you guys have put so much into this, how do you balance keeping cool but also the passion in game?
We just focus on the thing that we should do in this match and how to be calm enough to play our game and know what to expect from the opponent and just be good prepared for this match.
And what about you guys, Zach? In the last match you were getting very, very hyped up.
That's our foo. That's how we play. You can't expect the same in this match. We're going to be very loud.
All right, well, guys, we can leave it at that. Feel free to shake each other's hands. Paul, this is it. 2 for 2.
Indeed, good at maths. Thanks, Pala. It is 2 for 2 for both teams. Final game of the qualifier. It's been a very long season, hasn't it? Both these teams have had a lot to put up with all the way through, and now they're at the point where they can qualify for the major. But a loss means that's it, they're done as well. So everything on the line as they move into this game. I do want to pick up on the point about they're just going to be as loud as normal. You heard that from Zach. They don't care. That's how they want to play it. That's how they know they're good. Is it not just wise to kind of go with what you know at this point?
No, definitely do it. I'm all for it. Especially because you're definitely not going to go to your team and say, "Listen, guys, we have to change this."
Yeah, we have to
no one's shouting. Yeah, you don't do that on the last match of the qualifier for the major. And I'm sure I know there was a discrepancy about someone pausing a match to tell them to quiet down. I'm sure they cleared everything up with the admins and had the discussions about that ahead of time. So it's basically just do what you normally do. Everything's got to be the same. Don't worry about it, and just play your own game.
Yeah, I think it was they were just one for their language. I think that was what they were.
Yeah,
it wasn't for being the loud or anything like that. So yeah, perfectly reasonable stuff.
Getting ready for those singing voices. Yeah.
In terms of HellRaisers, do you sense a little bit of nerves through the coach there?
I mean, Jonta, I don't know. He's always like that, isn't he?
He's pretty chill.
Yeah, he doesn't really show much emotion.
Let's be honest. It'd be a little bit crazy if there's not nerves going on right now.
Yeah,
that's I mean, that's human.
There should be
human nature.
Yeah, there should be nerves. And in particular, I want to talk to you about the mentality of Immortals. Is there any residual effect from the previous qualifiers left in this team now that are sitting there thinking, oh, God, here we go again?
Probably, but I mean, that'll...
Not at the beginning, I would think.
Well, that'll all disappear when the game gets started, right?
Sure.
You don't think about that. It's it's leading up to this match where you have those thoughts in your head. And once the game starts, you don't think of it again until afterwards. And
or until it gets to a point in the game where you're close to winning or losing.
If you're tilting or something like that, or you're losing a lead, then maybe that's when it creeps in.
If there's another, say, 3-12 kind of a half they start with, I don't think they're coming back from it.
Oh, all right.
That's when he creeps in.
That's effectively that's
how many times did it happen?
But that's the one team. That's the mental edge that HellRaisers need, then, isn't it? Don't they know that if they come out really quickly, they can put as many rounds on the board? Then maybe that throws Immortals off their game.
If I was HellRaisers, I would really do play quite fast-paced, in-your-face kind of strike, especially if they start T-side.
Okay.
Five manning bomb sides. And just take the fight straight to their opposition.
Let's check in with the map choice, because the vetoes have been done. As you can see, the players just getting ready themselves, and we are going to Overpass. Wow. This is flashbacks again for Immortals, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Overpass. I mean, this feels like a map that HellRaisers is going to be a little bit stronger on, but the nice thing is, with the kind of style of opping that we see Henny do, with the flick shots, with the movement, and with he likes taking peeks and everything, that's perfect for the bathrooms, for map control over towards the A-bomb side here on the defensive side of things. This is a pretty sneaky map for oppers because they can have such huge impact, and it seems like this is a map that probably shouldn't be that great for oppers, but they can control map very, very well. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a great one for Immortals.
Do you want them to start CT? They get choice?
Yeah, I would, absolutely.
Yeah, HellRaisers didn't have a great time against Flipside on the T side of Overpass for sure. I mean, hoping that they've really adjusted, rethought through how do we take control towards that toilet area, how do we approach it through connector and fountain, how do we have everyone playing together to make sure that we're there to refrag in those situations, get them at advantages, and then execute to the bomb side as well. Because they didn't even get near bomb sites last time around.
I'm feeling the nerves come through the screen for the players because I kind of have a relatively, well, actually a mild idea of what they're going through right now. You can't possibly understand what they're going through, but you can see there is a lot of tension in there. You two have played in games, I know, before in big matches. Talk to us about those nerves.
Yeah.
What are they talking about in a group of players like that?
Yeah, well, usually what we did in teams at this point in time is we usually reminded of what we're going to do in pistol round, first weapon rounds, tendencies of the opposition, who likes to play aggressive, and which position do each player play. If everyone, reminding each other what kind of things they like to do, cues.
So yours are very logical, but I would imagine Immortals is probably more emotive.
Yeah, I'm sure Immortals is more of like the coach's speech, right? Like the hype speech beforehand. Just getting everyone kind of pumped up, a little bit like trying to channel all that emotion that they talk about them having, channeling it into some kind of focus, some kind of like mental focus on the game, remembering what they're going to do. Sometimes it's even, on the more tactical side of things, sometimes it's even, if you have two players who work together on a specific strategy, it's like, hey, remember, if this happens, we're doing this. Like just getting the final details down. So you're all prepared for the match.
I just feel like if you go too much into the emotional stuff, then it can kind of backfire easily too. If things start rough in the beginning.
Does it not depend on who's in your team as well?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
A couple of youngsters, you wouldn't want to rattle the youngsters too much, would you? And you want to make sure they're mentally prepared and solid, but at the same time, some of the other guys who are more emotional, you want to get them emotional, wouldn't you?
That's kind of like an individual thing before the game, before that huddle, to be honest with you. That's the coach would have an individual speech with the guy before the game, that kind of stuff. But then when it comes to this kind of huddle, right before the game, I think it should be about the little things in the game.
I was always super nervous as a player in the moments before the game, like really, really nervous, and it usually lasted like into the pistol round, and it's like at some point during pistol round when you start firing the first shots, it goes away. But I was just one of those guys that was super nervous. So I always liked the tactical side, the tactical things before games, just because when you instead of being nervous, instead of thinking about all the reasons to be nervous about the match and the implications, you're focusing on what you're going to do, and you're talking exactly about what's going to be happening in the match.
Yeah, so it kind of put you off, threw you away from worried about that stuff. I have to say, they've both been in huddles for a long time. This is probably the longest we've seen.
It means quite a bit.
It is a pretty big match.
Well, and also, I mean, as we talked about, or as I mentioned earlier, Immortals, I think this is a thing where if they don't qualify for this major, if it's been 3 or 4 majors that they failed to qualify for, I think this is where the last time we probably see this core of players on this team. I think that's when you kind of have to be like, all right, well, changes have to be made now. So, I mean, even outside implications other than qualifying.
Yep.
Well, you've heard the final rallying calls as well. I guess it's time to ask you for predictions as well as talk to our casting team. So, predictions time?
Surely Immortals will do it this time. Surely.
I thought you were going to say we'll find a way to lose this and not qualify.
Excellent. So are you going to go with HellRaisers?
I am.
Ooh, spicy meatball.
A split desk here.
Spicy man.
What if we not to Harry. What have we got in the commentary booth, I wonder, in terms of support here as we welcome Henry G and Sadakis. Welcome, boys. You've got the juicy games today, I have to say.
We really have. We've been blessed with the really exciting ones at the end of the day. Hello, there it is. You're back.
That's the button.
There it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Cough button, mute button, different things.
I agree with Jason. I think this surely is a time for Immortals. Of any of the matchups, I think it's the best one they could have got. Overpass against HellRaisers, like you guys described. Double orbs coming in this for Immortals as well. I think this is it. They're going to make him out.
I think so, yeah. I think they have to. I think, come on. 4 times failing? No way. They dodged a bullet this morning against Godsent, going down 12-3, and I think this one, it should be smooth sailing. I actually think they'll do this quite comfortably.
All right, well, take us in the game, gents, and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for these last 3 games. Just to reiterate, anyone who's not aware, All these teams now are at 2-2. Win one of these maps, you're going to the major. If you lose, that's the end of the run. What a long run it would have been as well. So 5 games, and we wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, and HellRaisers as well is a team that I've always said, is kind of struggling to hang on, but they continue to do so in surprising fashion. I mean, if they make it to another major, that's incredible from them as well. But I have to say this, Immortals is a team that you could almost see, depending on the group draw, how it all works out at the major, could actually make it into the playoffs. They're a team that has that chance. They have an outside chance, but they just struggle to get through these games. This sort of, I don't know, it's like a jinx, a curse. We've seen them do really well at Katowice against Tier 1 teams. We've seen them, win a few dream hacks. They haven't done anything other than Katowice on an international level that's definitely blown me away, but you'd expect them to be in the majors at least.
I think that it's fair to say a lot of people have been saying this is the best team in the world that does not play at the major events, right? I think that's absolutely fair. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The last 3 games of the day. Immortals versus HellRaisers to kick things off here. Immortals on the CT side of Overpass, the more favoured of there, I'd say as well. I think they're going to do it. We'll see if HellRaisers can step up to the plate. They'll be starting on the T side. 3 sets of armor for now. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. Bondic has not invested a single dollar into this round. That's an interesting tactic. We'll see where he decides to go with that one. Get into this. Most teams do favour the B-bomb side, of course. Bolt's investigating middle of his P2000. And HellRaisers for now just holding up and getting some connector control as well. Going towards middle. They could find Bolt, but he's already fallen back towards the bathrooms here. So ANG kicking things off. A nice boost towards the bomb side. Might get all 3. Finds 2. Drops the bomb. Stays alive as well.
Angel inside of the water. Smoke over. Zero's going to go back and try and play off of the smoke that lands in the window, so well thrown. Lucas up close to the sandbags. Even if Zero comes in, Monster is going to be in position to catch him off. So too, then is Steel in the sight. Meanwhile, though, Bomb goes with Angel and Bondic toward the A site. Bolt's going to back off the stairs and try and play efficient. Knows that they're coming, but wants to be alive with his teammates to retake the site as Angel checks, then plants, default position. Good shot, Bondic takes down Steel on arrival. Looks for KNG, low HP, but couldn't find the shot, and Bolt's getting him back. That can be costly. Angel at least does get KNG. Back out long. Oh, Zero hit that shot. I thought he actually found that as he was backing away, but it's all down to Lucas. And they've got either side of him pinched off. No kit picked up for him yet. Watch the play. Bondic, or rather, excuse me, Angel gets aggressive. I thought it was Bondic still alive. It was not. It was Zero and Angel, so Angel gets the kill.
Yeah.
1-0 HellRaisers.
Such a massive thing for either team here. And the best of one with so much on the line. Winning the pistol is huge. We've got a pause coming in. It's technical, so it's a Lucas sound problem, I can confirm. There it is, HellRaisers after losing the first 2 frags as well. It's a 5-on-3 map. The KNG boosts towards the B-bomb side, watching the connected door. Finds 2 kills, gets headshot in the process, but you think, okay, sure, that's going to funnel them towards end. It definitely does, but it's going to be 3 frags for Angel, stepping up tremendously there for his team, and Bondic and Zero with the execution, managing to work together once a bomb got planted, looking very strong indeed. Round number 2. We will presumably see Immortals buying into this one. As I kind of tweeted out earlier, a lot of teams opting in this current meta right now to not force buy fully into the second round. Actually, maybe just getting upgraded pistols, no armor, and trying to do work with the Desert Eagles. But maybe Immortals going against that idea. They have purchased a scout for now. A Deagle comes out, and they haven't purchased much else, but of course we are still poor, so this technical issue is resolved. Looking at the HellRaisers buy, 3 AK-47s, a UMP for Angel. Dead Fox yet to buy. Of course, he's the AWPer. This is one of his absolute best maps as well. Overpass lends itself to strong dynamic AWPers. Dead Fox definitely falls within that remit, and I'm sure we'll see him go toe-to-toe with the likes of Henny and KNG as the game develops. For now, though, as I said, Immortals will be forcing into this one, not going for the idea of saving that extra cash. Not a huge deal, but it means you are quite limited if you do indeed lose this round. But the idea is you try and win it and force the pressure towards your opposition. There's the boost coming in from KNG. Quite a nice play from him. With the bomb down as well, you think they run away with that round, but wasn't meant to be. Angel finishing things off. CZs, 5.7s, scout for Henny. HellRaisers with 3 rifles here. Just want to slow it right down. Aims to go towards long potentially. Henny with the scout, trying to find the first pick.
Do it, backs off. Clear long systematically. AKs, 2 SMGs, not letting them get aggressive. Angel will play solo with his in the underpass position, so no harm, no foul, but even now he's going to back off to join his teammates. 2 front bathrooms. No, I take that back. 1 front bathrooms, 2 in the underpass, excuse me. It looked like KNG was actually above at the doorway, but he's down below.
Well, they've got up towards long map. This is looking very good for the HellRaisers side, but that's not. Well, still find 1 kill towards Angel, but Zero cleaning up. He gets 1 in return. They still have a 3-on-3 here at Immortals to work with. The bomb's planted. That gives a huge advantage towards the HellRaiser side. Smoke's down as well. 2 players coming towards that connector position. Lucas and CT spawn for now. No kits, of course, but they do have an AK-47. Still within a shout of winning this round, but a sliver of one.
Good shot on the first with KNG picking up the AK. Closer. Stiko in the sight, down to a one-on-one. KNG's got a chance, no armor. Aim punch definitely a factor, but it's low HP. Oh! Somehow hits it with the jump, and KNG with 4 kills. He's hyped, he's pumped. It's gonna be very close on the defuse though, but I think he's just got it.
Just got it, like it's touch and go.
Oh, yeah. That is very close.
Unbelievable. The 3-on-3. HellRaisers looked in a very strong position there, but KNG, like you said, a jumping shot. Interesting he jumped. Like, that normally happens when you get the mouse wheel back in the day on an MS3.0.
Aim punch.
Yeah, right. It was kind of sick. It somehow works out from a bit of luck, bit of RNG work in his favor, it seems, and gets away with the jumping shot there. Here's KNG coming in. A nice shot on towards Bondic. Brings it down to the 1v1. Let's just have a look at, was he actually in the air when he fires a trigger? Absolutely. The shots they hit, he was well in the air. That's very close range, but still that was quite lucky, I have to say. We're going to a force buy from HellRaisers after getting the bomb down. Tech9s at Galil as well. Going towards B, and execution makes sense at this point. Still the MP7 on the other side of Monster. 5 players from HellRaisers ready and waiting to deploy their smokes. Flashbangs, here they come. Going to be fully committing towards shore here.
And they go. Just behind the smokes, taking shots, but it's Steel that steps up instead. Bondic, Dead Fox. Get the entry required. Get inside of his sight. The HP so low, though, that bolts can do massive damage with the SMGs. Got to be careful not to peek out aggressively now that they've switched over to the rifle. Bolts gets away with one through the edge of the balcony. Down to Bondic. Finds the first on a good angle, and now he can play the time. Becomes an issue if Henny doesn't get off that AWP as well. Jumps down. He's in the sight. Bondic's getting closer on the inside of the smoke. He wants to stick with the op. Feet not showing. He's going to swing out around instead. Gets aggressive. Few footsteps made. Bondic knows exactly where he is, but as the smoke dissolves, his shin shows, and Henny gets the shot.
Gloves are off. HellRaisers look like they're going to run away with that. The Tech9 snowballing into that B bomb site, finding the first few frags there. 3 in a row. Comes down to the 1v1 in the end, though. Henny with that AWP, his first frag into the game. Through the smoke, like he said, as it was dissipating, just about sees the foot, pulls the trigger, defuses the bomb. Immortals go up 2-1 here. Quite an intense way to kick things off here in this amazingly important best of 1. Winner does go to the major. 1 map separates either team. Immortals getting pumped up now. An amazing comeback earlier against Godsend. Didn't look like they were going to do it. It looked like another heartbreak moment for them, but the comeback was unreal. Has to be an eco now for HellRaisers. Deagle's P250s. Couple of Glocks in the mix as well, but first shot for KNG. Through the wall, takes an Angel. 5-on-4. Hard work done now. CTs can fall back. They've ascertained it's going to be an eco at this point. Seeing the pistols and nades. And Henny with the double frag. There it is. Good work by him. Locks down the round. He can fall back now. And it comes into the 5-on-2. Eagle shot might come in. Looking pretty good for Stiko. Not going to equate to a round victory, I don't think, just yet. Needs to do a lot more than that, but at least it's a start. Shuts down Henny and maybe finds a rifle here.
Stiko and Zero going to try to work together, having picked up an M4 at the very least. Bomb plant beneficial, 2 rounds against them. Decent money to be able to buy in the next round anyway. 53 seconds, it'd be hard to save the M4, more so with the positioning of Steel pushed up toward T-spawn.
Well, time ticking away now. They do go towards the B site. Only 1 player there for the CTs with Lucas in a very strong position. Almost destined to get 1 frag. Spots the gun barrel towards shore. Does some damage. Can't find the kill quite yet. I mean, the bomb goes down here. Lucas does make his attack towards the site. Finds 2 frags at the end. Got a little bit uncomfortable after missing the first kill, but finds both in the end. Denies the bomb plant going in and manages to pick up round number 3 for Immortals here. HellRaisers with the full buy, of course. Dead Fox brings out the AWP. We always say of this team, if he can turn up to the big games, they've got a serious chance of winning it. This is one of their best maps overall. So I think either side is happy with the map selection. It's just going to come down to who turns up here. This was the initial shot. Actually, using the nade to blow out the door, and somehow sees him through the smoke there as well. Takes him down through the corner. And we're going to round number 5. All power, like I said. Go little for Angel. Maybe an aggressive play here from the CTs. Can't see anything just yet. Bolts does go towards Connect, but falls back straight away. KNG gives his AWP over to Henny. He is the main AWPer, of course. KNG will be the secondary. I'm sure we'll see that come out at some point. Double AWPs and overpass, very viable indeed. Default for now, though. Zero is holding towards Monster, making sure no CTs push through. And the rest of his teammates holding towards the playground position, towards middle. Hoping to maybe work the first pick with the AWP. Dead Fox looking towards long for now.
Flash out front bathrooms for Bondic. 3 over towards B. That flash may signal to rotate. Seemingly has for KNG. Op's going to stay toward Park sign. They're going to watch front bathrooms with it. No one pushing long, so that's fine. But the rotation's going to have to be rather direct. They're going to play aggressive toward Monster, which will give them more contact and timing on the entry at B, rather than give up the site and play crossfires within it. Bolts finds Stico rotating back over. That should be an indication that B is where they want to go. Flash goes in just when the CTs peak. Catches them all, but then a flash goes the other way. It's missed time from the terrorist side because Lucas is able to walk out. Gets 0 for free and follows up with the Deagle. It's KNG that'll close the round. 4-1 Immortals.
Absolute brawl towards Monster there. Good lord. The Deagle comes out and finds 2 kills as well. I thought he was done for there. Flashbang he saw was good. Obviously, the addition to Counter-Strike when you get flashbang opponents in front of you to cover their faces. He saw that was happening. Went for a second bite of the cherry. And my god, does it work out for him. The Deagle spraying 2 in the body. Not the prettiest of frags, but they all count. Immortals now 4-1. First tactical time off for HellRaisers here. Money's not great. They do have 4th state loss pennies. They did win the pistol rumba as well. 4 rounds in a row for the Immortals side. About 3k per player for HellRaisers. Can't really justify a forced buy into this one. It'll certainly be a partial buy though. Maximum loss bonus next round, which is $3,400. Have a look at the scoreboards. So this is what we're here. Quick check-in, you know. KNG 8 for 2. Lucas 6 and 3. Top fraggers for HellRaisers. Bondic 6 and Angel with 3 there. So Bondic showing up in spades, but his teammates really not quite caught up just yet. Dead Fox, he's the player we need to look out for on this map. Can't find those opening picks just yet. Double AWP setup map. There it is. They've managed to pick up Dead Fox's AWP in the previous round, and this one when they come there, that was deadly, I think. KNG's a fantastic AWPer. And we'll see if he can rise to the occasion here in round number 6. He'll be towards B. Holding towards Heaven for now. Good nade from Henny. Just to inflict some initial damage. Doesn't land anything just yet. Final buys, Tech 9's armor, a few smokes. Probably a similar idea of get some basic map control, smoke in and try and get the bomb plant down. Unlikely to win the round here, but certainly possible.
Henny backs off, gives up the aggression. Pistols and Tech 9, as you say, aggression's fine if they can get a plant. Stico gets into the wall, but Bolts just catches the shoulder. Thank you very much. He will not sneak up. That's the intention. You get over to the right side on entry. Try and get up as close as possible before making contact. Let the pistols do the work. Great picture-in-picture. Look at Steel. This is why this overlay is so great. You can bring this up, and you can still see everyone that's alive as he's going to sneak in behind them. Doesn't get the kill. Puts Dead Fox low. Henny follows up on it. Now they're all going to turn their attention towards Steel, so he gets toward the door so he can control the peak, control the angle. Really overstepped one, but all 5 stay alive. Very efficient again from Immortals. They go 5-1.
Yep, all 5 players staying alive. I love that camera. You're absolutely right. Seeing the flank coming in from Steel there. Managed to get 2 frags. A little bit dicey missing the first one, but still managed to stay alive and keep the money strong for Immortals. 9 grand for KNG. Similar story for Bolts as well. So they've got a buy in hand for sure, and HellRaisers still having to fully invest into these rounds. Partial in the previous, but all comes out once again for Dead Fox. Round number 7. Certainly still a CT side of the fair here on Overpass, but very early days. Let's not get carried away just yet. HellRaisers looking to post their first round, but this looks aggressive from the CTs. Pushing off short is the AWP, and Steel as well, looking to actually maybe facing towards the short tunnel. Here comes the first encounter. Not finding anything just yet, but KNG, he looks keen. He wants to open up the fragging here, spamming wildly through the smoke. Speculative shots, but smoke's coming towards B. This will be a final commitment here from HellRaisers.
Oh, KNG. Looked like he was going to fire into them for free, but couldn't land the shot. As Steel goes down, they actually have an entry this time, but this is great positioning from Lucas. He'll hear the bomb, nails the shot. That's denied. Stico gets a shot back, but it slowed down the plants, and it may be enough of a slowdown that costs them the round. A minute to work with. Yeah. But Henny bringing it to a 2 versus 2 before the bomb is even planted. Molotovs, are they going to reach? Not quite, so they still get the plant out of this. And with the smoke still down as well, they're able to fade off of it. Henny can't find an angle. Bolts has to go in without information. This could still work for HellRaisers. Flash goes over. makes no further advancement. And he's going to work his way up with the... Oh, what is... How quick is that? Just anticipates it, pre-fires it almost, takes down Angel, but Sticko's trying to bait him off the bomb with a few taps. Bolts, this time he's going to hold it, has to. This goes the way of Sticko, or does it, Bolts?
I think they've got
Oh my goodness, if he... Yeah, I was going to say, if he pulls that defuse off, that would be miraculous, but he certainly does not. It's going to be HellRaisers picking up their second round, but it's a costly one. All 5 players go down.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not a huge problem on the T side. You do get AKs again, but you're lacking utility. You might have to opt for a few Galils instead. But there it is. Finally, HellRaisers post their first gun round there. Sticko with the hero play. Had the balls not to face the bombers as being fully diffused there and actually just fired some shots off of the corner. Was just enough to bait it off as well. You can see the CT anticipating he was counting down by 5 by the 1 second mark he was going to face. Had to come off that bomb. And unfortunately, for the diffuser, didn't work out for him. Double orb set up once again. Expensive buy for Immortals. No orbs up against them though. Only flashbangs remaining now for HellRaisers. They opted for full AK-47s. 1 minute 40, almost the very start of the round, Matt. They have a decoy remaining. That's it. They have to go for a contact play here. That's all they can really bring to the table. KNG boosted in the same position he was in the pistol. Drops off accidentally. Angel hears it. Wants to just walk into the bomb site and help himself to some frags here. Could work down. It gets the first and the second as well. That's amazing from Angel.
Bondic on 7 HP, so Angel is also weak. 12 HP. Another plant this time. Better than a 2 versus 2 to hold off the site.
Yeah.
See how fast Henny gets this time around. Molotov, no, get out of my way, teammate. Thrown in, bounce down, that'll clear water. 0 on 14. Second one's going to be thrown to try and catch him. It should have been thrown sooner, but Sticko gets aggressive as he can afford to do so, and Henny's going to back out, even though they're solo. The rifle would have been massive in that if it could have gotten inside of the site and caused some chaos.
Impressive stuff from HellRaisers there, like we said. No nades whatsoever, a decoy when they make their final commitment towards the B site. Angel has to just walk in, a contact play, we call that, go slowly as you possibly can, silently up towards short, and he hears the drop down of the boosted player as well. Uses that sound cue to walk around the corner, finds 2 frags, cracks open the B bomb site, bomb down, round pretty much over. And Immortals, we did say that was an expensive buy for them in the previous. As all 5 players went down, they can bring out the double orbs just about here. UMP for steal. This will be their final purges. I think one of the players has to be down to a pistol indeed. Lucas down to a deagle. And here's the walk around. They were just about ready for it, but Angel out-duels them. And we go to 5-3. HellRaisers starting to arrive here in this best of 1. No war for them, but they do have a full array of utility this time. Smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs. See what they bring to the table here. KNG knows just to probably hunt for a frag. Goes towards connector at the very start. No one waiting for them on the other side. And the other orb for Henny, that's a long. And he could get a bit of fun here because flashes are coming over. 2 players in front of him.
And he's going to back off with it. He's got to flash his way out of the bathrooms. It's not exactly linear toward the site. Perpendicular, and then he's got to rotate back through and get the support from his teammate, in this case KNG. So double op set up toward the bathrooms.
CT's got any kids him up. Only 1 incendiary, 1 smoke. Had to challenge the frags at the start. They tried, but missed the first shot due to being blind. This could be the B execution now. Molotovs just thrown in to bait out whatever the CTs may have remaining, and Angel once again sneaking up short.
It's actually a decent Molotov, but he was playing wooden because Angel's peeking bags, and they've already got a player looking monster. He's got to go one of the 2 ways if they're there. Good entry from Angel. Bondic's got steal. Timing is perfect through Monster. Watch Lucas because he's down low. He's already spraying through, and this is HellRaisers with a great take.
Yeah.
They're going to find their 3rd straight.
Absolutely. Very, very nice stuff. Methodical take of the map as well. Using the Molotovs at the start. Didn't feel any CT reaction. That's a nice shot from KNG. We'll see if ever he can stay alive before we finish the point. Trying to hold on to these double orbs, and this is that shot should be punished at this point. Zero does find the shot indeed. Henny with the final weapon here. Body armor and the AWP. Seems that Zero has an inkling that he might round the corner here. And surely, oh god, that no-scope pretty tasty. Does manage to find Zero. And presumably we're able to save the orb now. There are terrorists encroaching on the A site. He's in bank though, is aware this could be a possibility. This is actually a huge factor. If he saves the orb, he's the sort of player that can carry rounds by himself, but I think he'll be found out here. Silence USP's out, goes down, pins it in. And a nice, very nice round I should say from HellRaisers. Angel once again, Matt, up towards short. So confident. That's a massive problem now for the CTs. They're not really watching that area effectively. They're in towards CT entrance, and then Angel's aware of that. He has a lot of room to move. They need to start being a bit more aggressive there, even just playing a play on the ramp, watching that. smoking it at least, so he can't just walk around the corner like that. 4 rounds in a row. HellRaisers looking sharp. Has to be an eco here for Immortals. CZs, P250 for KNG. Same story for Lucas as well. No armor, no nades. I think this is the tactical timeout. Yes, indeed, for Immortals. So, back in 4th game. 5 rounds in a row for Immortals. Now 4 for HellRaisers. This is going to be a close game. This will probably be a 30-rounder. A lot on the line. A lot of pressure as well. Immortals bouncing back from a huge deficit earlier. Was that everything they had left in the tank? Takes a lot of adrenaline and energy to come back from those sort of games. I've been there myself, and it feels like once you've done that kind of victory, it's difficult to proceed in the tournament after that, but they need to find a bit more. As we enter round number 10, they should be balancing things out, HellRaisers, to 5-5, unless there was an absolute blunder against these CZ's P250s. Shouldn't be possible, but I would speculate they maybe stack towards B Immortals and push off short, try and find Angel, who seems to be bullying them right now. Pause is called. Coaches have had that time to calm their players down and work out what the next move is.
Back. Some of the work Henny's done, tried to do, saving the gun in this case.
Yeah, it was a nice shot.
We're back underway. HellRaisers accumulating rounds on the T side have broken the economy of the CTs. And in doing so, pretty straightforward round, you'd think, but pushed up. Aggressive KNG and Steel start things off. Steel gets Deadbox as well. This is panic. Angel runs over to get the bomb back and gets caught out by Henny. It's all down to 0. Immortals.
Yeah.
What a round. Picked up AKs as well. They're going to get 6 when they should have had a tie game on the hands.
Pretty shocking stuff from HellRaisers there. A bit carried away, I think. That should have been hard default, very passive. They've been bringing that to the table already. They've got a bit ahead of themselves there. I don't think a flashbang was used, but a CT side. Just running around the corner, managing to find the jewels. Have a look. Yeah, no nades at all. It was a little bit unlucky the timing, just as the T's want to go towards long as well. That's the safest place to go traditionally on this map when you're up against the pistols. You can see what it means. These guys are fired up Immortals. That's a big round to get it back into the game, and it could be the downfall of HellRaisers here. Galil's, UMPs, and that's going to be horrifying for them. Here we go then. Coming to the closing sectors of the first half. Bolt's aggressive towards middle, trying to open things up at the playground. This time, focusing the same area. This exact same setup they were presenting last round. And Bolt's ready and waiting. Spots one, gets the frag. Should be going down here. It's Dead Fox over the AWP. Where's the refrag with the AK-47? That's a little bit scary for them. It's going to be 2 frags in favor of Immortals.
0 gets pulled back. Oh, Henny getting fast enough this time. Tries to go back to the door, but 0's inside of it, not outside. Catches him off. 3-3. Kills and exchanges before the B site's been taken by HellRaisers. For a change in a gun round, and Steel as a result is going to push all the way through. Bomb goes down, watch his back, but good read to find 0 as well. Now knows exactly where the op is as Angel tries to spray through, or rather spam through. Can't really spray an op. That would be next level. Let's go full Ultra Renegades 3.0 with an op.
Wow. Angel, you got your work cut out for you, I'm afraid. Not known to be an AWPer, but we'll see whether he can get things rolling here. Recovers the bomb, at least. That's something. 40 seconds to work with, 3 kills to find, and a bomb to plant. Steel's got him locked in a T-spawn. He won't be heading towards that area, though. If he gets this kill on the A site, that's where Lucas is waiting. He gets a plant, at least, but Lucas' position tucked in the corner there towards Optimus. 25 seconds remaining now. Looks like Angel opts to go towards the connector. That's Lucas' position, but I don't think he'll find the first frag here. It's going to be KNG. Spotting him pretty much means he has to go to build B now. Great to an M4. Look at frag, actually, but Steel's there to back him up. And it's going to be 7-4, 2 rounds in a row for Immortals, and that's, oh, it's crushing for HellRaisers. So many good rounds in a row. 4 amazing clinical performances in a row. Then to lose to pretty much full eco. Unarmored CZs, P250s, no nades, pushing long. Really is quite heartbreaking stuff. 0 did what he could to recover this round after Bolts pushed aggressively towards middle, got the first 2 kills. Looked like it was recoverable, but the Steel flank shut it down on his screen right now. Great awareness as well. He's been fantastic this tournament, I have to say. Looking very good in this Immortals lineup.
7-4. Henny over the smoke. Won't be able to spot them. He's playing solo with the AWP out this far against pistols. Bit risky. Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Sometimes you have to. We all love biscuits here. Pretty much full eco out here. Glocks, P250s. This is one of the rounds where they get maybe 1 frag. If they get a bomb, that would be a victory in itself.
They do. It looks like it'll be over toward the A site. If they do.
Yeah, that's not looking good. Henny ready and waiting. Nails the first shot. Headshot, of course. Needlessly aggressive. Takes the first headshot, and now they'll try their luck towards middle, but bolts with the AK-47. Good grenade as well. Horrendous for Dead Fox. Takes him down to 55 HP. Oh, Henny's getting there now. He looks like he's in the zone. This is the Henny we like to watch. The exciting one. He doesn't miss a beat. Flicking all over the place. Aggressive. Going for the ace as well. I like your style. Bomb down. Round over. Can't quite find the ace, but Lucas just protects him. Might have gone down at that point as well, but a nice performance there. 5 players staying alive once again. They win the half. 8-4. On a CD-sided map, remember, as well. So still not over for HellRaisers. All comes out once again. I'm not going to scoreboard. It's been a few rounds. Dead Fox, one of the players I needed to turn up here to convince me HellRaisers could actually do this. 5 for 11. That's not the style performance we need from him right now. Yeah, the shot. Oh, that's crazy fast from Henny, to be fair. Who else is top fragging for? It's still Bondic and 8 frags. It's been a while since he's posted anything. So 3 in a row for Immortals. HellRaisers, presumably back towards the B side. That's where they found most of their success. But going towards connectors, KNG. Seeing me find the first kill. Nothing there for now, though. Angel defensively waiting for him. And he towards top of middle with the AWP as well. Hoping that someone walks into his crosshair. Like I said, he looks like he's in the zone right now. Round number 13. HellRaisers hoping to post a couple more rounds at least there.
Stico. Back toward the slide. Dead Fox and Bondic going to work beside him. It's Henny again that's getting aggressive. He hasn't really been caught off here, so there's really no negative reinforcement until now. Dead Fox nails him. Perhaps now he'll think twice. Go to your room, son. Angel, meanwhile, is going to clear out underpass at this point in time as well, so they can converge toward the bathrooms, potentially push the CT. KNG, in this case, back toward the bomb site. All of that said, even with the Molotov down, Angel's going to try and continue to make noise over toward A. It looks like it's over toward B. Good success here in that run of 3 rounds, but a different setup this time from Immortals. Molotov late, that'll slow them down. Now they know that came from the right side. Dead Fox is going to watch it, or was at least. Now he's going to flash in. Bolts finds Angel. The question is utility. There's not much left. There's 1 smoke for the T's. Good entry from Zero, but Bolts look like he had a lineup to get 2. He only manages 1 of them. Zero going down means the bomb getting into the site. A smoke landed. They'll know it's in behind the pallet. Locked out to 2-2, no flanks, so there's still a chance for HellRaisers with the late entry to make it work. Not if Dead Fox peaks like that.
Absolutely. Sticker now. There's one previous clutches on this map. We'll see if he can do it again. Edging towards the bomb site here. CTs are going to be where he's close by. Waits behind the pillar. Not the greatest positions, but he nails the shot though. 1v1 now. Up against KNG with the AWP. He might have just done it once again. Indeed he has. Sticko going wild for his team there. Just when they need another round on the board. Manages to deliver. And we're going to see him save the AWP as well. 8-5. HellRaisers still 1 away. And a round that looked unlikely there for Sticko. Another clutch to add to his total. Fire coming in, and maybe a pause taken at this point. I think indeed we will see one. It's still available for the CT side, but will it be enough? Certainly purchased an AWP. Lucas down to a Deagle. He might have had to drop the AWP. There's enough money to go around as the double AWP setup comes out once again. But it's that B bomb side. It seems to be a real problem for Immortals. All the rounds they've given away here, at least the gun rounds, have been towards the B side of the map. That one actually had the man advantage, but Sticko, another great play from him. Here's the initial shot with the AWP. Dead Fox turning up this time, finding opening frags. Round number 14. Big round for either side. Whoever loses this round map goes into the round number 15 with no money. So this maybe means 2 rounds for the victor of round number 14.
Flash over. Smoke down. Good hold from Steel so far to take out Zero. Additional from Henny because he can't get down the bathrooms this time, so he's got to spar off. He's got to take the fight at long. Bolts will take care of Bathrooms in the meantime. Oh, I thought Henny was going to nail that shot against Angel. Deadfox has done it with his 8WP, but Angel goes back into the line of fire, and Henny makes no mistake the second time around. He's got long to work with. No one else in Bathrooms to flush him out. Bolt has called that, so they'll look back to the site. They'll pinch in the 3 remaining terrorists. Steal to get Stiko. Bondic could swing out and try and catch off Henny, but they want Bathrooms control instead, as Deadfox does manage at least one more toward the green dumpster. Can't find the second. Patience from Immortals. There's no need to play off of this. There's no need to rush it. They don't have the bomb planted yet. 41 seconds. Try and tap it to get a further kill, but it's going to have to be a risk plant. Truck's about as safe as he can do it. Ooh, Steel might be able to spot his feet, but KNG gets Bondic. It's down to just Deadfox. 2 HP. Round done. We'll go 9-5 for Immortals.
Will indeed. And we did say this could be a harsh reset for the HellRaisers side. Luckily, they get the bomb down, so not the end of the world, but they've got 4 players on just above 2 grand, and Deadfox with 4.3. No warp for him. Might have to take a pause to work out. I think let's go towards the B side again. Tech9s bust their way through the smokes, hope for the best. That's where they found the majority of their success, but Immortals looking for double digits here. Got a very good chance to do so as well. After losing the pistol, no less as well. Double digits is always going to be fantastic in terms of a recovery. Heavy hitters for them. Steel and Henny, 13 frags. KNG not far behind. Actually, everyone performing pretty well. Bolt's 11, Lucas 11 as well. Deadfox starting to do some work now. Called him out at the start, but certainly finding shots here and there. Final buys coming in now for the HellRaisers side. Tech9s. 3 of those, a CZ. Deadfox has the option to bring out a rifle, of course. Finds the utility first. 3 grand remaining. Gets the AK-47. No head armor. That's actually a bit of an issue against the 3 M4s, but we'll see if he can step up here. Round number 15. HellRaisers looking for 6. Immortals looking for double digits. I do say the B-bomb site. That's where it makes sense to me if I'm the in-game leader right now. Angel especially been finding a lot of success there. KNG towards middle. Oof. Actually hits Bondic at the start there as well. Takes him down to 7 HP. Not too bad at all.
Henny with the op. Oh, fires between everything. Knows they're there, but can't do anything of it. Let's go back off. Massive gap in the smoke. Gets 1 plus a half as he gets collateral on the shin bone of Bondic, who therefore gets revenge, but not after, rather not before his teammate went down, so just Bondic and, alright, KNG. Bondic and Deadfox. KNG maybe overextended a little bit because Bondic picks up the AWP and finds an additional kill. He's got the only 2 thus far for HellRaisers, and they'll swap the guns around because Bondic on 6 HP wants an AK instead, so Deadfox high HP takes the 8WP. Typically you want the rifle on the high HP position, but Deadfox is far more akin to the weapon.
Here we go then. The final player will be coming in momentarily. 2 players along. The most overlooked corner in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Bolt sits there. Probably kills both of them. There it is. They'll be wanting to go through this smoke. They don't really have the time to wait for it to go down. And that probably means 2 guaranteed frags to Bolt. He can actually look around the corner knowing there'll be Gracie when they walk by. There it is. Not even checking it. Like I said, it never seems to ever be considered. It blows my mind still to this day. But I guess at that point, they're running out of time. Didn't really have the opportunity to check every single angle. But 10-5, there it is, Immortals. Looking very good, Matt, I have to say. They're looking quite comfortable here. Big game. A lot of pressure and rising to the occasion after losing the pistol. Bit touch and go with those 4 rounds in a row for HellRaisers towards the B site, but they adapted and put more pressure towards short and actually managed to run away with it, it seems. Win the pistol here, they could be going to the major.
Could indeed. What a thought that would be.
Finally.
To finally get through.
It's about time.
I have to admit I'm watching the DTM race and they just went 3 wide across the line for the checkered flag. That's pretty ridiculous.
Don't know what that means, but it sounds cool.
Bit mesmerized by that. Bondic gets 1 kill, but goes down. Another backs off. It's Deadfox that he found. I thought it was Bondic that was going to be taken out. He backs off toward the bathroom instead. Bolts will sit out toward the rock. You're right, this pistol could mean that they go to the major.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-on-3 for now. Bolts with his smoke, 2 flashbangs. He's had to recover the USB as well. That's really beneficial on the T side. You have that one-tap potential going for the opening picks. Evens a duel out. 1 minute remaining. Seeing if there's any CT reaction right now. Still around the playground area. Not overcommitting. Seeing if any CTs will be flanking. Coming from connector. T-spawn perhaps. 0 alone in B. Bondic can stick out at the A-bomb side. Makes sense for now. They have got a defuse kit to work with as well, along with 2 flashbangs. Time stands still though as Immortals go quiet. Edging in towards the B side eventually. They've got a smoke mat, so presumably that's used towards heaven. Maybe at the CT entrance, even on the bomb side. There are many options for that. If it goes towards the CT entrance, that's fantastic. They pretty much win the round. Zero can do nothing about it. So let's keep our eyes on where that smoke does get deployed. I think it's gone in.
23 seconds. Steeko's going to stay on that A site as a result. Yep, smoke's on A, but it's Zero that's pushed back. He's the only one on the site direct. It's a window that'll be occupied instead by Bondic as the bomb goes down. Bondic's even going to get aggressive, jump all the way in, and spar off. Can't find the kill. He had the upper hand as well on Steel. You would have thought that was easy as they jump across. Ooh. Steel's got Steeko. Don't get over clever, don't get over committed as Zero and Bondic make up for it, but it's down to Bolts versus Bondic, who's not on the bomb. No need to commit, Bolts. We know Bondic is good with a pistol. He's on it, though. He's got a kit. He's checked it, and he's got it. Bolts will put Immortals on 11.
That's big. Bolts to 3 kills. So good this tournament, managing to find clutches left, right, and center. 1v1 of the kid as well. They go for the 4 defuse, but Bolts, he's having none of it. Has the balls to go around the corner and finds the kill as well. That's big. We did say if Immortals win the pistol, very high chance they go to the major. 11-5, potentially 13, depending on how his next round goes down. Good recovery. Nice little A fake there with the smoke and flashbangs towards B they went. I would have preferred the smoke to be used at the B side just to protect himself, but it works out. Forced by across the board for HellRaisers. They need a lifeline here. Stick go towards short. B rush now. I don't like this, but it's working out so far. First 2 frags coming in their favor. Angel gets back in return, but now it's a 4-on-2. Bondic and Deadfox to try and reclaim the bomb site.
Henny, 12 HP. Dead Fox on 3 as well. This is very tense considering bomb down. Immortals need to pull it back, and they've picked up a UMP, which is lethal against Henny especially. Bolts, get the kill please. He's so low, but gets tagged for it. That makes this even harder as Bondic now has the upper hand by far. 84 HP for Bondic, 12 for Henny. Bondic came close in the last round in the 1 versus 1. It's against Bolts. This time it's Henny. Nade's not going to reach. Catches him in the open, and Bondic's pulled it back for HellRaisers.
I hate that from Immortals. Why rush B in such a big game? You have no idea if you're walking to a stack, which indeed they do. That's a really common strategy for the CTs on this map. Second round, forced by CZ up. 3 players there. See if you can get the exchanges. They do, and then so in a fast rotation coming in as well. As soon as they get the call delay just long enough. 3 players coming in to a connector as well. That's messy. It doesn't have to be this way, Immortals. They get the first 3 kills, sure, and amazing work from Bondic to win the 1v1, but that could have been a lot easier for them, and HellRaisers get themselves right back in this game. A force buy from Immortals with an AK-47, Tech 9s, Deagles, CZs, and PG-50s. Smash by. Stick out towards short. Goes a little bit aggressive there, trying to find the first pick. They've got an AK and an M4 to work with, 3 UMPs as well. Good shot.
Great shot, Bondic. Good shot in front of the bathrooms, but overrun by K&G, who gets sprayed down by Dead Fox, who tries to tap on a UMP that's been nerfed for such actions. At least over distance. Going down, it's just Steel that remains in this round. Done. He may just try and save the AK. A minute 4. Can't really fathom that he does. Gets 1 and then he goes down immediately after.
Yeah, the comeback begins, Matt. This is going to be a 30-rounder for sure. HellRaisers looking confident. Gets them right back in the game, winning a force buy situation. Bit of a risk. They lose that. It was Dead Fox fully invested as well, right? He had the armor. He was joining in. Normally the Orphis don't do that, and it works out for them. Round number 19 has to be the full EK for Immortals. Chance for HellRaisers to have a clean round here themselves. PG-50s and Glocks for Immortals. 1 flashbang, as I said before. And these sort of buys, if you get the bomb down, that is a victory in itself. They go towards B. They've got 1 player in the form of Bondic towards connector, but not fully committing, just watching at the top of the stairs. They will be outside the B bomb site. 1 flashbang, waiting for smokes to go down. Could push through the smoke. That'll be the surprise play. K&G flashes in. Surely don't get much from this.
Stico working his way up towards sandbags. It doesn't even matter. Zero's already got the shot above them, so 11-8. Having won the pistol, but getting ecoed after Immortals made this a lot harder than it needed to be. T side as well. Imagine that eco is what costs them.
Could quite possibly happen, absolutely. Pressure mounting up, and you can see that major dream dwindling away. Again. Heartbreaking last time when we were in Atlanta. Surely not happening again, but still have the lead. Let's remember that. First gun round will be indicative as to where this one's going. Looks like HellRaisers not messing around, pushing for the smoke. Angel, that's brave. Gets away with it for now. Sits behind the fountain. Got 2 players backing him up as well, but 3 players in connector for the Immortals. Stico is jumping up. I mean, a bit scared when that jump's used, but Bondig, his first frag. I'm sure he gets it. This is the shot. Good grenade though. Falls back.
Good shot, Bondig. Gets to the corner. As away as he possibly can while reloading. Is just into the corner, extends the angle. Steel goes down. Bolts 1 versus 4. We're going to go 11-9. Another gun round just completely stripped away with fast play from HellRaisers, which is concerning, I have to say, if you're Immortals, if they're willing to be that aggressive and make it work. Good luck setting up for execution. Pressure's definitely on Immortals.
For sure. This is a really clinical round. Bondig stepping up. 3 kills for him. Dueling at the connector by himself. Headshots all over the place. Bolts, 40 seconds remaining. Has had some fantastic clutches here at the major qualifier, but this might be a little bit too much of a stretch. Indeed it is. Angel finds him towards mid. They start closing the gap. 11-9. Has to be another eco for the terrorists as well. This would be the worst way to lose it. HellRaisers right back in this game for sure. Looking promising, in fact. Here's the replay from Bondig. Great nade to open things up and then sprays them down as well. Just taking heads-up duels and winning every single time. Bomb dropped at that point, round guaranteed. Tech 9's Deagles. No armor, no nades. Another easy round here for HellRaisers, presumably. We'll see if it works out for them. In terms of the setup, towards middle, Lucas, Henny and Bolts. Dead Fox with the AWP. Started to get rolling in the end of the first half. Spots a player along, doesn't quite hit the shot, but falls back. That's the play to make. Spots have got pistols only. Doesn't need to overcommit. Don't take the duels with the Deagles. He actually repositions towards the A-bomb site. And that's the problem against those Desert Eagles. An amazing shot there from Lucas. Is this a chance to get around?
Angel, good shot on Henny and Bolts as well as he turns back and finds KNG. It might just be pistols, but it's still fun to watch.
Well, considering they lost the first kill as well, could have got dicey for them, but Angel, great aim display there, I have to say. Dead Fox congratulates Lucas on a nice shot in the chat, but they didn't find much more than that, I have to say. Another buy round here. Maximum loss bonus, $3,400 per player for Immortals. Double op set up on the T side. Hello. Okay. An interesting approach. Don't really see that too often, I have to say. Maybe that's what they need to revitalize themselves. Allow KNG, who was brought in to replace FNX, remember. He was known to be a main AWPer for his previous teams, and it was an interesting pickup. We'll see whether this is the performance they need now to get them out of this rut. Dead Fox pushing up towards shore. He's going to have contact straight away as well. Can he nail the first shot? He cannot. Falls back, keeps his life. For now, Steel takes him down as he goes to the reface.
Steel and Bolts going to set up a crossfire as well from short pipe. Angel will get Henny. Bolt's going to go for the boost. Just to jump. Oh, there it is. So he does try and use it. But when you're relying on boosts of this nature, this late,
yeah,
you're struggling to get sights, jumping up, making noise. Stico's there. Yeah, just as they were going to rotate off the side as well.
Bit clumsy, I have to say. You're right.
Watch the contact from Lucas. No one's watching down that direction. Bolts covers off the only angle Stico could see him from. So with Lucas and KNG in the side of KNG, oh, hit the shot at window. Would have had a chance at it, but can't do so. Bondig and Zero therefore are able to take over pit. And Stico's going to push smoke with a flash, potentially. Jump above. Bomb's going to be denied. If he hears it, certainly does. Denied indeed. He's able to slip back into obscurity as well. And he's still got a chance to strike from the ramp. Bolts gets the shot back, however. This time with the ball and plant going down, KNG's not watching the right side. A lot of noise, just barely gets planted. If you denied that, round was going to be over. Steel's got to win this exchange against Angel, but doesn't. Zero. He's still on the site with good HP. It's KNG with an AWP, and he's not going to peek. He wants his teammate closer, and KNG knows the timing's not going to be there for him. A missed shot from both Angel, or rather, Steel against Angel, and then KNG. It's going to cost them the round.
This is going to be a really good game. We knew these last three would be good. All of these teams on 2 for 2. One win guarantees them a spot in the major, one loss, and they say goodbye to that dream once again. Big rounds for HellRaisers. Lots of clutches coming in. That one was tight as well. Zero opting to go for the kill instead of denying the plant as well. I thought that was the mistake that could cost them the round, but he recovers, and they win the clutch. Luckily, KNG, that double orb setup, I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't think that's going to be winning the rounds. You can see how clumsy they were. Look a bit uncoordinated now on the T side. Pressure's getting to them. We are going to have a pause here just to recalibrate, work out what the problems are here. Maybe just stick to the set pieces here. That's what Immortals and Brazilian Counter-Strike traditionally known to be so good at. Very good, precise smokes and flashbangs, overwhelming once they get in position, and finding great AK headshots. Let's stick to that mentality. The defaults seem a little bit messy right now, and we're going to round number 23. HellRaisers do bring things into 11-11. Plenty of money for them as well, Matt. They've got 11 grand on Zero. Angel as well. Bondix at 8 grand. Lots and lots of money. Not the same story for Immortals. They get a buy, sure, with the one being planted with a loss bonus, but still weak. A few smokes to work with, no Molotovs, and a couple of flashbangs.
Bolts. Ooh, was aiming for it, but the jump came afterward. 11-11. HellRaisers looking more poised now that Immortals having a 10-5 half to make this major. Brazilians are going to have to dig deep. They had to come back against Godsent. This time they had the lead. Might be their turn to have it snatched away. Bomb intentionally dropped. They'll check long. Late push potentially. No, just toward the bathrooms. It's just a passive check. They opt for Dead Fox. Will watch down the lane. Bolts in. Straight contact. Can't win the duels. They're not winning the duels even. At this point, HellRaisers is just out-aiming them.
Yeah, they really are. They're in the zone right now. Angel looks amazing. Bondic as well. Sticker now chiming in for a few frags. Zero winning clutches, so they're enjoying themselves, and now they've got back into this game. They're only going to keep applying the pressure. 5-4 now. Angel takes some damage, under 32 HP. In terms of map control, it's looking decent for Immortals, I have to say. They've got long and middle as well. Bombs towards the former. Still trying to boost himself on the flower bed. Finally gets up there. Needs a nice shot from KNG hit. Lucas is the one that gets it. This could be the play they require. 15 seconds, man.
Bondic in for one, down with the other. Now they've got a bit of an opening. It's Zero. That's going to be the last one alive against 3. And Immortals need to keep 3 alive. They will, because it's a reset round. They've managed to find number 12. They will not give up the lead, at least not yet. Let's not rule the fact that HellRaisers looked a lot sharper out of this. Double op setup on the T side.
Yeah, it's strange. They do some cash as well, but like we said, we knew that would be coming on the CT side, but I didn't expect it so much to see on the T side. Didn't work before, but they opt for it once again. This was the kill that really mattered. If Dead Fox hits this, they probably win the round, and they take the lead. But getting out duel to Tenny, very, very fast AWPer, managed to win the duel. Pretty standard round already. Losing the first pick, equal things up at 4-4. Go towards A, couple of basic smokes, hitting the shots, trading frags. Maybe the B set piece here, Matt, because you can see 4 players outside B. Lucas, Steel, Bolts, and KNG, but there's aggression from the CT towards Shore here. Looking to find the first frag, play the connector as well, but Sticker goes down first. You don't have to fully commit here, Immortals. Bolts, though, he's not messing around. Gets 2 frags in total, and they will take it for the B side. That's the call they needed. 2 players down on B. Plant, it probably has to be a save from HellRaisers. They've got a lot of money here, but there's no point throwing rounds away needlessly. 5-3, they will indeed be saving the AWP and 2 rifles. Not going to be going for it. Bolts wins the round single-handedly. Pretty impressive stuff. It was a nice adaptation there from HellRaisers, trying to throw a spanner in the works there. Completely different variation of their setup from what we've seen so far. Doesn't work out for them. Bolts pre-fires the first, and Henny, he's still hunting, man. He's going to be looking for more kills here. Only gets 1 more. Bondic takes him down eventually. And I'm still not sure about his double AWP setup. It's actually Bolts that finds his first 2 frags. Don't see much from him. And his AWP does go down in the end. Bomb goes off. And Immortals now, a couple rounds in a row, 13-11, edging in towards match points. I think we might have a timeout here. I think every time that's going to be used in all of these games. Why not? You've got 4 available to you. Discuss every single option.
Yep, you have to. I mean, think about what rides in the line.
Yeah, this is
Getting
so big.
to a major means you skip the minor process in the next one. You also get stickers. We all love stickers.
Yeah, it's not just tones in a major. It's like the financial implication of that as well. The stickers and like the prestige of going to that event. It's huge for the organization, for the players. Not going to a major is just heartbreaking for anyone in this qualifier right now. It's such a big deal.
Yeah, they still are. They still outweigh every other tournament, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
In so many ways.
But it's the one. Well, it's the 2 tournaments every year that the whole world looks at CS:GO. They know what a big deal it is. Wow. The unpause comes in.
Much better with contact that round. Remember, he did struggle with that 2 previous.
Yeah. But to be fair, that was 2 one-on-ones. A little bit questionable considering they started off with both players there, but we'll take that all day long. Number 25. 5 players on the B side of the map. B rush. Why not? Let's give it a go.
Zero takes bolts down. Stico flashed in. They're lined up. Zero thankfully hits KNG because he doesn't get anything through the smoke. Has to go for the reload at Angel. Angel instead was the one to drop the bomb and drop Steel. This round's done. Very, very quick contact, I have to say, from Immortals. Doesn't phase HellRaisers at all.
Yeah, full-on B rush. Why not, I guess? They saw the Molotov go down as well. Had to smoke it, right? That's not what you have to do. The smoke kind of counters the Molotov. You don't take damage from it, of course, but then you're coming for a grey screen. Zero's loving that. 2 kills for free, pretty much. And that's why Immortals go for the rush, right? Because HellRaisers just took a pause. They're expecting some sort of push, maybe 3 towards middle, something connector, something a little bit different. Normally you take a pause, you're adapting your game plan, working on what the game plan is next. Let's throw a B rush at them. They won't be expecting it, but they might have played themselves, having to not cancel the rush once the Molotov went down and having to smoke it instead. 5 players surviving for HellRaisers. I probably can't believe their luck, I have to say. 1 player surviving, that's just Henny. AWP in hand, wants to save that for sure. He's got players encroaching his position. He's got to stay alive for 40 seconds. What are the implications of this? HellRaisers keeping 5 players alive. It was a big round for them after losing 2. Had the AWP, but it was Angel and Zero. Tag team duo towards that B site. Finding 4 frags. Lots of damage done. It was very hectic. Through the smoke, the flashbangs and everything, but they don't drop a single kill. Only really giving away 50 points of damage as well. And he looking like he will survive here. 10 seconds remaining. Has got a player coming though. The no-scope, pretty easy for him. With that range at least. 4 seconds, he will survive. So that's something for the next round, but you did say 30 rounds, definitely possible. Looking that way at the moment. Going to round number 26 next.
$13-12. Lots of buying. You can hear it. I don't need to tell you.
You can.
Deadfox has been quiet according to the ADR.
He really has. This is not a superstar game, but his teammates have stepped up. Bondix looks sick in rounds. So has Angel as well. So that's fine. Deadfox needs to find 1 and kill every other round, open things up for them, and that's fine. Bondix can do the legwork. Happy to do so, it seems.
KNG.
Just a note as well, Immortals down to pretty much $0 per player here. This is big if HellRaisers can pick this up. Could be in 2 rounds them altogether. Set up for the CTs, AWP towards long, Bondic there as well. He's been a danger man for HellRaisers. Still slowly gets control of connector. He's by himself as well. Bolts holding towards B and mid control slowly but surely happening here for the Immortals side. KNG looking towards the bathrooms. AWP makes his challenge along as well.
KNG. Behind the flowers, Bondic tries to face off with him and baits him out. Deadfox is able to get the kill. That works out quite well, I have to say. KNG buys right into it, but Deadfox does get taken down. They know his position, so they're able to push from the front of the bathrooms. Instead, watch the retake from Bondic at long. Smoked off, Steel sprays. They spot him just as the smoke dissolves, and Bolts gets Angel. It could be 2 to go. Immortals 1 kill away from round 14, and Zero is going to run as far away as he possibly can from the A site. They know it too.
Well then, a nice round there from Immortals. Very slow-paced gameplay at the very start. They got long. They had middle and connector as well. Everything going so well. That's a dream scenario if you're the T side of Overpass. You're going for that final commit towards the A site. A lot of great duelers in this Immortals lineup, and everyone's stepping up there. 4 frags, almost a teammate. If KNG can get the final kill here, that will come in. Bolts once again. Great work with the AK-47. A 4-player survive for Immortals. HellRaisers still with cash, especially with Zero saving the AK-47, but Immortals now touching distance out of the major. 14-12. That all comes down to these next few rounds. Tension certainly mounting here. Blues up, gets nothing. Glory for the victor, this one map. Famous for Sticko. 1 kit available, lacking grenades as well. This is the final buy. This might be the last chance for HellRaisers now. Lose this, they've got nothing left, and that's quite devastating. A lot of pressure going into this one. Angel, up by Party, could get found out, but he rises up and manages to find KNG. A 5-on-4 at least for now for the HellRaisers.
Good shot from Bondic on Henny. They won't let Immortals get away with anything. Definitely still keeping them honest. They win a round if they trade it back. It keeps the economy in check. Still keeps the game on our hands fully alive. Nade through, that'll do damage. Decent damage onto Stiko. Angel gets tagged up as well, but Steel beats out Zero. Oh, good shot back from Angel. Straight through the dome. 2 men left. Bolts in. He's looked sharper as if lightning wins in yet another duel. He's not going to overcommit to the B side either. Watch behind barrels, remember. Stiko's there. He's refusing to move to peek because the more he goes overlooked, the better it is. And that's exactly what happens after Dead Fox gets bolts.
No one willing to give in, it seems. HellRaisers, they knew they had the battle a little bit harder there for the initial frags. Money was going down the drain, going towards middle. First kill comes in. Angel and Bondic once again. What a formidable duo this is turning out to be. Bondic 25 kills, Angel 22, leading the charge for HellRaisers and then some. A round that was desperate. Didn't win that. That could have been the game. But 14-13, whistling down the Immortals economy here. 3 players without any sort of utility. There's 2 smokes, 1 Molotov to work with. They tried the B rushes. That didn't work out for them. CT's now with the advantage as we enter round number 28. Definitely going to be a 30-round game now. Has to be. Potential overtime as well. Immortals still with the lead though. What's the play? You've got 2 smokes now, 2 flashbangs, 5 of you in middle. Dead Fox waiting for you, but he has got that AWP. And this is the first shot. That's big.
Giving up some room. Accumulating. Oh, please don't walk around the corner slowly. Oh, Dead Fox aims high. He was aiming above the bench. Immortals get 2 kills. Massive kills on the way through to the site as Angel steps up though behind the truck. Can't do it all alone. Bolts is able to get him back quite quickly as well, and Bolt's not only getting him back, it's getting him in behind the 2 players toward the dumpster.
They can wait now. The fact that he's got in that position, he can be a thorn in their side. He's hearing footsteps, he's hearing rotations. Henny finds another kill as well. This could be it. Match point coming in for Sticko and co.
On the contrary, for Immortals and co.
That's what I meant.
Sticko going down, it's fine, I got you.
It still kind of works in a way. They're up against match point.
Well, that score will be updated. It's not 14-13 any longer. It's 15 rounds for Immortals. There we go.
There it is.
And not a lot of money left for HellRaisers. Immortals are 1 round away from achieving something they've never achieved as a team before.
Yeah, so many heartbreaks in history for them. Never making a major and winning tournaments as well. They're a team that could contend in the top tier of the scene. Absolutely. It's crazy to think this will be their first showing, if indeed it happens, but if ever there was a chance, Map, get ready for this studio to erupt. Up against Pistols, a FAMAS, a UMP, and a Scout. Desperate times for HellRaisers here. Round number 29. Here we go. Deep breath for HellRaisers here. It's been such a slog after going down. It's a huge deficit in the first half. Managing to get it to this. Just Pistols and SMGs to work with.
Steel's going to push as well toward long. Watch the stacked position. They've got to be careful not to walk into it. They've done that a few times this game. 2 players behind the rock, one in the bathrooms. They go out, they get baited in. Bondic finds the first kill, but he goes down. Angel as well. Dead Fox only hits 1 with the scout. It's the tagged up KNG, but Henny trades it. It's 3 versus 2, so not done yet. They'll backpedal with the bomb, a minute to play with. Zero is relying on his position forward stance to get information early. And call for the rotation of Stiko, who is not pushed out to get the gun. He can't afford to do so, doesn't know where they are.
Well then, here we go. All Rose lead here. 3-on-2. Zero and Stiko to defend. Zero's not on the B side at all. That means the bomb goes down. Brings their chances of winning this one to very little indeed. It's probably like 10% right now. Molotov off towards short. They've got no kits, no nades, only an SMG. This is surely it. Immortals with the bomb going down. Should be going to the major.
Zero's timing. Henny looks away. Molotov down. Did see him. He pushes through it. Henny's got the kill. That should be it, and it is. For the first time ever, Immortals, oh yeah, there definitely happy about that. Are going to the major. We'll have 2 Brazilian teams. Never before have we seen that. We've had Brazilians on top of the world twice, but this time they'll battle off against their countrymen trying to take a 3rd crown. Immortals in. Yeah, they're pumped.
Yeah, why not? The most passionate team here for sure. It means so much for them. Oh, they did it. It was looking a bit touch and go at points. I have to ask them why. They were opting to rush B in so many key rounds, but came down to 16-13 game. Commiserations to HellRaisers, of course. Great tournament for them. I don't think there'll be 2. Oh, I guess they will be gutted. Not going to the major. That really is it for them. A team that's been up and down this year for sure. Haven't had the best of seasons, but expected them at least to this showing to get to the major. They were in my top 8 at least, and they go out in round number 5 to Immortals. It's quite a heartbreaking story on either side.
Definitely is. But Immortals have never had the chance before. So it's delighting to see the fact that they can get there. And like I say, I actually think that they're a team that has the chance to really cause some upsets at the major.
Yeah, for sure. They can take down big scalps. They can win big games. Maybe not so much in best of 3s, but we'll see whether they can develop as a squad now. KNG hasn't been with them for that long. There's some tears there I can see. Is it happening?
Well, Bolt's I think he's got allergies because his eyes were super red before.
No, just say yes, man. Just say yes.
But I think he might be. I think he might be. I'm not sure because I did notice before, yeah, that's definitely from Henny's tears.
Yeah, and why not? It's finally come together for them. They're going to a major. As we said, it means so much, not only for the players, the organization, the financial situation as well. It's one of the most prestigious tournaments you could be in CSGO. They finally made it. So many heartbreaks in the past, and they've done it. Wasn't the cleanest victory as well. They've had to work for this match. They didn't get a 3-0. They got the 3-2. 1 life left. Final hurdle. They just about clear it at 16-13 against HellRaisers. So many difficult decisions for them as well. Like the anti-ecos, rushing B, doing it as well. Key gun rounds. Like they need to get that together. But still, got to be happy for them. You've got to love this story.
Yeah, you definitely do. Absolutely. And they'll make it. They'll be through. We'll see how things play out for them from here. We still have 2 spots up for grabs.
We do. It only gets more exciting.
versus Flipside's our last game. That one's could go either way.
And Dignitas versus Vega as well.
And that could go either way. I think, I'm not sure. I think I favored Dignitas in that one, but I don't know. Vega's been surprising.
Vega, JR, how sick is that guy?
Yeah, it's true.
The clutches he was getting on Inferno.
In-game leading on the op and killing it.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Pretty. Have we?
Fallen?
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to reference yourself for some reason. I thought that's where you were going with that. Just the way you said it. Let's go to Paul before we get carried away over here.
Yeah, blimey, that's been a while. Thank you very much, Henry and Matt, for the commentary on that particular game. Congratulations to Immortals. They have finally done it. They finally made themselves a major side after so many trials and tribulations. They've fallen at the final hurdle so many times. This time round, not going to be the case. And yet, still, there were times when they thought, this looks a bit sticky. Moses, they're finally there, but my goodness, they make their fans sweat, don't they?
I want to party with those guys tonight. That's going to be a really good vibe.
Yes,
in that wherever they are.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they certainly didn't make it easy, as we know. But I mean, let's look at some of the struggles they've had earlier in the tournament. You know, we've talked about how emotional this team can get in the bad stretches. Always seem to be very, very bad. Well, they lost 6 straight in the second half, and they're able to pull out of that. That's a big difference from what we saw in Cobblestone earlier. So great to see that as well. Henny logged in another great game. game, some very, very big shots. Bolts, who's the guy who's been the consistent star, he had a phenomenal game. So everything was working in this one for Immortals. And I mean, great stretch at the end, resetting the economy 2 times for HellRaisers right at the end of the game. This was a very well-rounded performance, I thought, from Immortals.
On the flip side of that, HellRaisers were decent. They put up a good fight here and had chances.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if your default doesn't work, I think the solution is go B. That was where the success rate was pretty high, actually. They were hitting that B bomb set left, right, and center. But yeah, then towards the tail end, they all had their chances. They won a eco stack B where the second round in the second half. They won the second round where Immortals decided to rush B for some reason.
Yeah,
that gave them a chance.
That didn't work at all, did it, the rush B strat?
Yeah, it's not the greatest of options when you are in the second round because you want to go for the map control. You want to see what your opposition doing, not just blindly running the bomb side like that. So at that point, I was thinking, not again. It's going to be another one of those games where Immortals are going to fall in at the last hurdle.
Yeah, they went back to that B-rush later on in the gun round, and they got completely wiped out. So not exactly the most effective strategy for Immortals. Actually, I think HellRaisers is going to be looking back on this game and say they let this one slip away. If you go back to the first half, winning the pistol round, then losing the second round, Immortals gets 5 straight from there.
Deja vu for them?
What's that?
The deja vu for them?
Yeah.
It's happened before?
Yep, and then also, I mean, when HellRaisers has this kind of a streak, they finally, they get to the point where the economy is broken a couple times, and HellRaisers, again, win another force by another eco round, like in the middle of the half, and you just can't have that. I mean, it happens from time to time, but that's going to be where they just look at it and they just say, man, we let that slip away. Two force by losses for us in the first half alone.
And it's... you don't want to really point fingers at individuals. With Dead Fox, again, wasn't really up there doing the kind of work that we've used to seeing him before in tournaments. He's always been such a stable kind of an offer, making so much impact for this team, both aggressive and passive, just holding angles. So very disappointed to see him not being a factor.
I feel like nerves, we talked a lot about nerves in the pregame to this and what it's like going into a match like this, and I feel like both of these teams were very, very affected. Definitely Immortals, it seemed, I was making a joke back in the green room that, towards the end of that second half, you could tell both teams were very, very scared to just make a mistake. I mean, Immortals wasn't even progressing along the map until like 45 seconds left, executing at 30 seconds, not leaving themselves time, not wanting to push out and get picked off by some kind of a play. And HellRaisers themselves didn't even want to try and make the plays just so it didn't backfire. So it was very much a standstill for a lot of those last rounds.
A good thing to see, at least in that round, we were talking about that at least, is the fact that once they did push, they committed to it.
Yeah.
So there was no one being a coward, just letting someone go in there, too much of a distance between players, making sure they were trading effectively, always having the numbers advantage and getting the bomb down with a very, very good situation for them.
The executions by Immortals as well were much, much cleaner in this game than we saw in Cobble. We mentioned on Cobblestone when they were coming out, a lot of it was dry fights, no nades, anything like that. This smoke executes on the A-bomb site, Molotovs everywhere, smokes on the truck, making sure, if HellRaisers are going to peek, it's at an awkward, like around the edge of the smoke. So, I mean, Immortals came into this and they were the focused team.
How can you not get excited by seeing that on your screen?
Puts a smile on your face, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, when you see them all individually jumping up as well, and then you see them all coming together, it's absolutely incredible. Let's catch up with one of the members of Immortals right now. Steel is with us.
The old mate.
Yeah, Lucas, congratulations. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now, but you are finally, listen to these words, a major team.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, right?
Yep.
That's how we are a good team that never play a major. Not anymore.
Absolutely, yeah. Someone else can have that horrible title, can't they? So talk to us about the match, because it wasn't an easy game, was it, by any stretch?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we are like struggling on the CT side, but we were supposed to be so good at the CT side. Because we have 2 great offers, but especially on overpads, but we are not doing so good lately in every single map. But and on the T side, we started well. We did the T piece around, but we lose the eco round and everything start falling apart.
Yeah, and in terms of on that T side, some of those rushes in B looked a bit suspect. They didn't work very well, did they?
Yeah, that's not Immortals. As Moses was talking, I was listening to. We were playing so scared of making mistakes. We were playing so different, but thank God we made it.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter after all of that. Once you've got the win and you're now going to the major, nobody cares about these games anymore now, do they?
Yeah, and on tournament, this kind of things happens because, I mean, you practice every single day, strats, execution, but on tournaments, what makes things better is this kind of thing. That's how you can adapt. You have to adapt.
What are you talking about at the end of the match with all the players when you're hugging and you're talking? And is there anything in there? I mean, what's the emotion like for everyone?
Yeah, I can tell that my team's such a baby. Everyone was crying, bro. They couldn't believe, bro. But yeah, we made it. That is so good to see because they are crying of happiness. So I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, we're happy for you. Moses?
Yeah, I mean, talking about adaptation, let's talk about from the last match that we just saw to this one. You know, I mentioned that this time in the second half, there was a real moment where you guys probably could have collapsed the way you did on Cobble in that losing streak. We talked a lot about the emotions and the communication that comes from that kind of a negative streak. What was the difference this time to pull you guys out before it spiraled too far away?
Yeah, I mean, man, we were playing like too hype. This can be good for a Brazilian, but this can be like your worst enemy. So, yeah, we try like different things. Nothing more working now. Both was saying, please, Lucas, tell me something new. Hey, Steel, call a new thread. Nothing's working. So, yeah, we just like try new things like going 5 people like long or like 4 people like connector. And, yeah, it's work.
Yeah, we were debating here before the game. What are you guys discussing before the game in your huddle? Is it more about what's happening in the pistol round and the first weapon round, or is it more about, like an emotional speech?
Yeah, actually, we don't talk about the game like before the game. We don't talk like about the enemy tendencies. That's because our players doesn't like to hear this kind of thing like enemy tendency. They think that's how when they kind of know what the enemy are gonna do, they start playing like bad because they think too much. So we do not discuss about the match. And when the game starts, both call everything.
Okay. So give me an example right now of what a team huddle talk would be like if you're doing it.
What is it? Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, just do something now for us to show us what you do to motivate your team before the game.
To motivate my team? Yeah. Normally it's trash talk, bro. I think I can't say this live, bro. Sorry.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. Family show and all that stuff. No, thanks for saving us, Lucas. We've all got jobs still, so very good indeed. Honestly, it's brilliant. It's so good. We're so pleased to see you finally made a major. So congratulations and well done to the rest of the team.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very much.
We'll see you in Krakow.
See ya.
Immortals then finally break their duck, and they no longer, as you heard Steel just say, they're no longer the best team never to play at a major. Someone else can take that title. He certainly won't care about how they've done it either, will he, Moses?
I'll take it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
The very best never played.
Yeah.
That one's me.
All right.
Yeah, that was. He seemed giddy. He was happy. He was
I mean, he's normally quite hyper anyway, but that was hyper.
Yeah.
MVP for this particular match is Bolts. He's had a couple during this tournament. He's been a star player. He's been the player they've needed when he's stepped up, and again in this match as well. 26 for 17 and 90.480. Decent match from him again.
I mean, he was winning round single-handedly. I remember a round where we just ran short B and basically emptied the whole bomb on his own before anyone else even got any action.
Screw you guys. If you can't give me any more new strats, I'm just going to go and do this myself.
But I think you still got to highlight the whole team. I think that everyone really chimed in and had their part in this win for sure. I mean, they were between 26 and 18 kills amongst the team. So that's a pretty good situation for them to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean he played a big role as well in the post plants. He was guys covering the planner, getting some of those critical kills when like some of the early retakes started to come in from HellRaisers. So you really do like to see that. Some of their biggest tournament performances have been when Bolts is the one leading the way, and it happens again here.
Yep. Final words for HellRaisers.
It was a bit of an uphill battle throughout the tournament, wasn't it? It started out a bit of a struggle. They still managed to beat Vega in the first game, but then nothing to write home about in the second and third game.
Do you feel like if they'd had a slightly better second or third day, wouldn't have even been in this position? They could have qualified elsewhere, or do you just feel like maybe this was a stretch?
I mean, coming into this, I would have thought they were definitely one of the teams that going through. I would have thought they would have gone in, after having lost maybe one game.
Right.
So I didn't think we'd be seeing them this tail end of the tournament.
Yeah, it's been around for the majors for quite a bit. Not this time.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit of a bummer, and just kind of a disappointing position to be in after so much promise just a couple months ago, as we talked about throughout the broadcast these past few days. Much like the winners, I don't think like the size of the loss necessarily matters for HellRaisers. I think maybe that flip side win, but they got severely counter-stratted there when we had the interview. Yeah, just tough draw. I wouldn't have predicted them to win against Liquid anyways, but
there's a strong rumor going around at the end of the major. There is going to be a CIS shuffle. These guys presumably will feature that. I guess it depends on how Na'Vi do during the major. It depends whether Flipside can get through later today as well. I mean, all of that comes together, doesn't it?
There's always rumors right around the major, right? Just because we don't exactly have like a free agency season or anything like that. There's no like official time for all these contracts, and so it's usually right after the major, since you have to keep the rosters through about a month-long, major process. So it's always like immediately right after the major that gives you the most time to prepare for the next one. But yeah, if there is a shuffle in the CIS region with some of these teams, it's all going to be centered around Na'Vi. Yeah, it depends on how they do, but also, if they are going to be making changes, they're going to be the first ones to do it, right? Every other team's going to be scrambling for what's left out.
It's the way it usually works. CIS involved, of course, in our next matchup, as Vega Squadron will be in action against Dignitas. A very unusual matchup between those two for a place in the major. That's coming after the break. Before we get to that, though, I do want to dip back into our social media goodie bag and take out a question, because we haven't had one for a little while, and I know that we've neglected the threads. Not on purpose, you'll understand. We just had some fantastic Counter-Strike to get through, and it's been a long day. So this next one is, at Nasu, favourite style of CS to watch as an analyst?
I mean, I like to watch fast-paced Counter-Strike no matter what. I've always been a fan of it. I mean, Finland invented the 2-1-2 strategies on Train, for example, 2 alley, 1 team mid, 2 ladder. So it's always been appealing to me to see teams really master the fast-paced strategies, because even though it looks like people are just running, doing stuff, it's still really, really drilled. It's something that people really practice, and when you see it really work well, it's just fantastic to see that kind of style.
Jason?
I'm a big fan of the Virtus Pro style. I think is great, where it can be fast paced, it can be slower paced, but no matter what happens, it's not like this mind blowing tactical thing. There are like tactical nuances, but you don't see, it's not any like super planned thing. There's a lot of variation in it. But I mean, even that being said, if you're a fan of like theoretical Counter-Strike and the beauty of Counter-Strike, teams like Astralis, SK, even Big now, I mean those are really cool teams to watch.
A lot of fun. Thank you very much, gents. Headed to a break, as I said now, and when we come back, we will down to just 2 more spots at the major available. Vega versus Dignitas is coming next.